Hey y'all, hey, welcome on in. This is Real Life with the Chunky Chick who likes the chunky knit. This is my chunky crease and I welcome you in. We are going to get started today. I'm not going to do a whole lot of talking because if you know, it's MLK weekend and we have an extended break. Well, at least I do have an extended break this weekend where I don't have to work. So I've set some goals for myself on how many blankets or items that I want to make. Up on the list, if you remember from the other videos that you've seen, is this Starburst or cotton candy, whatever colors you want to call it, skein. And I'm going to be making a blanket. So I want you guys to get in, join me. I hope you're having a great weekend. For me, my Saturday started early. I went and had my hair washed, blow dry, trim, all that good stuff. I've been out shopping looking for more skeins that I like. And I just want you to know it's been a really good Saturday. So come on in if you're new to the Chunky Knit Craze. Hey, welcome on in. Drop in and tell me where you're watching from. Tell me how you found my channel and what you hope to learn. I am now going to grow quiet, grow quiet, and get started. So welcome on in. You know, for those who've been watching, I start with making my starter link here. And I'm going to use my Mellow Bellow card to determine how big I want this blanket to be. And I am thinking that I want to go at least, maybe I've changed my mind again. I want to do a 40 by 60 lap blanket, a 40 by 60 lap blanket. So let's see how we do. I'm starting with the starter link, and again, I'm not going to do a lot of talking simply because I have a goal in mind of what I want to get done today. So a 40 by 60 lap blanket. Let's go. All right, we're going to put this one away because it's not long enough, of course. All right, I had to go and get my measuring tape because it looked like someone moved it, which I'm not shocked. And I should have checked before I got started, right? Make sure all my supplies were here. But this is real life with the chunky chick who likes the chunky knit. All right, so let's go and measure. As a reminder, we're doing a lap blanket that should measure 40 to 60 inches, 40 by 60. So let's see what we're working with. All right, so this is at 47. And since I already went over the 40, I think I have a choice. Yep, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to keep going to 60. Just do it the backwards way. Doesn't take long to do these starter loops, guys. So you could kind of get looping happy for sure, like what you just saw. But it's not a bad thing. You just adjust and keep it going. So what is the preference? Some people like to do it long ways and then keep the short way that way. For me, I like to do my shortest way this way because I don't have to reach but so far and then make my long way the opposite way. Now, believe it or not, y'all, I untangled all of this. This I did do before we got started. So I've seen various people watching my channel. If any are experts and you have a suggestion on how this This can't happen all the time. You let me know. This is the second time this has happened. On one of the videos, you probably wouldn't have even been able to tell because Coakley Bear happened to be present and he started untangling as I kept working. But if you have a suggestion, it might be because I'm throwing it the way I'm throwing it, y'all. But hey, that didn't bother me any. All right, I'm gonna grow quiet again and get started. I did it. So again, you can get carried away when you are looping. So it's really best for you to check. Make sure you do not overextend the loops that you're wanting to have so that you have the correct measurement. Now, you're going to be like, are you serious? I'm thinking about unraveling all of this and starting again. So guess what? I am. And the reason why is because I'm not certain that my loops are as tight or as loose as I want them. In certain areas, I feel like it's too snug, and in other areas, I feel like it's too loose. So guess what? It doesn't take long to start over, and because you want to get it right, you get it right. So let's rewind and start again. All right, this time I will pause because I don't want to go and go too far. All right, I'm at 28 inches, so doing really good. And since I'm giving myself a do-over, yes, I'll stop. I'll stop at 40. Here we go. All right, so we are stopping right here. We are at 41. So we're gonna stop. And I want you to see how that starter chain should look. I'm really picky about the starter chain, even though I've never ever started over. What I have learned from making the scarves and the blanket is that the starter chain is the foundation of your blanket. And so you really want to make sure that you've got this right. My problem is I like to have close knit knitting. I want the yarn to be really close knit. I've said on my other videos because I've had somebody tell me not all of them should be close knit. I got it. It's my preference. I will make blankets that aren't as tightly woven, so don't worry. Don't worry. All right, so we're going to go ahead and get started on our rolls. I've been watching videos of different ways to do it, but we'll try this weekend. My goal is to try a few of those ways out that I've seen, and so we'll see what happens. When you're dealing with mixed color yarn, I'll go ahead and tell you it can be confusing on where you're supposed to pull through to start your loop. But what's important for you to know is that wherever you start or how many loops you end up with, you need to make sure that that's consistent throughout the blanket, okay? So let's get started. I'm going to take my time with this part. All right, we just finished the first row, and I want to be honest with you all. I ain't liking this color pattern anymore. Um, this is going to be difficult, but I bet you any money it's going to be beautiful. Um, looking for looking for the section in which you're going to make the loop is very difficult with this color pattern. So it took me a little longer than what I would like. And somebody who's impatient wants to move, yeah, this is definitely a problem for me. But because I started it, I'm going to finish it. And I'm going to force myself to finish it. So I want you guys to come on the journey with me. We're going to count how many loops I have on this to make sure that as I go through, we continue to have the same number of loops. And then I'm going to zoom in that camera a little bit so that you guys can actually see me going into the loops and the struggle. So the struggle is a challenge, but it's a good one. We're going to finish this blanket. Let's count the loops. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40. I have 40 loops, so I need to make sure that every time I go through, there continues to be 40 loops. Now, let me tell you, if you are an expert chunky hand knitter and you're coming on here saying, oh, when I do a 40 by 60, I only have XYZ, that may be the case. But I'm the chunky chick who likes to chunky knit, and I chunky knit my way. And so I have 40 loops on my starter in my rows. So I'm going to go ahead and write that down to make sure I know I should have 40 loops. And although it's early morning, yes, I just stopped at Chick-fil-A. It's good. I treated myself to a Sunjoy. Normally I have that Diet Coke, right? Today is Saturday. I treated myself to a Sunjoy, and I still have my water. All right, I'm going to come around, zoom in just a little bit so you all can see me working. And then I'm just going to grow quiet. I'm going to grow quiet and get to working. So if you can't see me, don't worry about that. You are really looking at just that knitting. I'm going to turn my music on. All right, we are at our end for the first scan, and I just want to show you all where we're at. Where we're at. This is again. This is beautiful. You can make it a scarf at this moment, or we can keep going with a blanket, and we're gonna keep going with the blanket. So here we go. I'm going to widen back out so you guys can see me fully. I'm not sure what you're seeing right now, to be quite honest, but it's real life with the chunky chick who likes the chunky knit. So y'all give me. All right, we are going to do our third scan. I'm going to try that lighter method again. Let's see if it works a second time for us. So again, I'm going to follow her video. She said to cut a piece off of both ends. And to look for like that wicker piece. I don't see the wicker piece there, so I'm going to cut. See it there. And I definitely see it there. I don't know if I got the wicker on the other side. I feel it not coming. I feel it. I feel the heat. Ha ha! So that's where I've been messing up. Is I've been lighting the actual yarn and wicker, but not really the wicker part as much as I needed to. Wow. Y'all, that's nice and tight. All right. Let's grow quiet and keep moving. Well, before I do that, I did write down that I'm on my third skein because remember, I'm taking notes so I can know exactly how much yarn I'm using for these blankets. The next one I make, I will force myself. I will force myself to do it looser to see if it takes less because the yarn can be expensive. The yarn can be very expensive. We'll talk a little bit more about that tomorrow when we unwrap gifts. So y'all come back and join me. So I'm
Oh, looking good.
I know.
Look like a baby girl blanket too, boo. Oh my gosh, baby girl, love to have this, man.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my gosh, this is nice.
It's beautiful.
Looks so cozy.
Thank you, baby. Let me get to the end. All right, guys. Noah is back. Noah went today for let me pause this. Noah went today for marine training. I told you guys in another video that our baby boy is going into the Marines. And so today they had, I guess, like a drill practice out somewhere in Georgia in their back. So we're going to go and pick him up. And I'll come back and resume this in a little bit. So this is real life with the chunky chick who likes to chunky knit. And I got to stop because real life is happening. So I'll see you guys back in a little bit and we'll finish this off.